Hi everyone, it's Di here from Di's Den, and this week I'm going to show you how to make this card. I call this a joy card because it has peace, joy and love written on here. So let me show you what we're going to be using. We're going to be using the Dove of Hope, and we're going to be using the peace, joy and love stamp, as well as the one for the insert that says may your season be filled with all the wonder and blessing of Christmas. And this little dove here. This set comes with dies, and it does finish on the 5th of January. So if you do want to get this set, you really need to get in quickly. So I'm going to be using this die here for this. And as you know, I already have done all my die cutting because I don't bring my big shot into the picture because it's just way too big. For my circle here, I'm going to be using the second size down in the scallop and the plain circles to make that. And I'm also going to be using the embossing folder that says Winter Snow embossing folder. This beautiful, beautiful, looks like snowflakes all over it. So that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to use. And this is what we're going to need. So let me put these out of the way. Let me bring my piece of paper over a bit closer so I can see what I'm doing. Now I'm doing this one in mint macaron and just jade. So this piece is the main card, and this measures 5 7/8 by 8 1/4. For our insert and our first layer on the front, these are and they're in the just jade. They measure 5 5/8 by 3 7/8. So you'll need 2 of those. Then for your next layer, you're going to need 2 in white again. And these measure 5 3/8 by 3 5/8. And this one here, I don't know if you can actually see it very well. Oh yes, you can. You can actually see the beautiful, beautiful snowflakes that have been embossed onto that piece of card already. You're going to need a 3-inch piece of card I've done mine in just jade. This one was done in Misty Moonlight, but I'm doing this one in just jade. And the paper is from the Flowers for All Seasons. Oh my goodness, I couldn't remember what it's called. So this circle I used a 3-inch squared circle, and this one I used a 3-inch circle for. You need a scrap of paper just to do your dove, about 2.5 inches, which I've already done, but we will stamp it and colour it together. Then for oh, here we go, my sentiment tag. Oh, I couldn't see it. You'll need a piece of card that measures 3 3/4 by 1 inch, and another piece that measures 3 1/2 by 3/4 of an inch. So that's all the bits we're going to need. The other thing we're going to use is our, I think it's called Pick a Punch banner. It's because this measures 1 inch, 3/4 of an inch and 1/2 an inch, and you can have it either way. So we're going to use that punch. And I've got these beautiful blue adhesive back gems, which I'm going to use. These are more greeny on this side and there's a blue on this side, so we're going to use the more greeny ones today. So, and I've got to use my Regal collection of marker pens, because there's such a small amount to colour in that the blenders would just be way too much. So let's get cracking. We're going to bring in our scoreboard, and I'm going to score my main card on the long side. Oh gosh, get off. On the long side at the 4 1/8 mark, which is the first mark after the 4. And that's all the scoring we're going to do today. So we're going to pop that out of the way without bashing it around again. And we'll fold and burnish our card piece. I love this colour. I mean, green's my favourite colour, so for me, working in greens is just perfect. So that's our front of our card. So we might as well just put our 2 just jade layers into the card. Onto the front and one on the inside. They're out of the way then, and we don't need to worry about them, because this is actually a very quick card. to make. So let me lay this flat, I just find it easier, and we'll pop this onto the front. And then we'll turn that this way, because that's what I did once before. I turned it over and I put it on the wrong side. And we're going to then pop our other layer on the inside of the card. Stand up bottle. It's getting a bit drunk. Maybe it's having too many Christmas tipples. I wish I was. Anyway, so that's our insert and our front layer. So we're going to put our piece with our beautiful snowflakes onto the front of the card, so that that's out of the way too now. And again, at this stage I haven't seen anything that says that this snowflake embossing folder will carry over, so if you want it, I would suggest that you get in pretty quick. If you live in Australia, you can give me a call, email or PM me, and I will help you with your order. So, and that is the front of our card. So now what we're going to do is we're going to stick our two pieces of circles together. It's such a shame because the other side is so beautiful too. And I love this paper. So let's pop those two together. And we're going to pop some dimensions onto the back of this one, which I've got here. And we will glue, attach, whatever, there's already glue on them, this to the front of the card. If you've got a pattern that needs a direction, like this one, I believe, oops, my wrist is hurting today, the flower looks better that way than on an angle. So if you decide that you've got a pattern that needs an up and a down way to go, then obviously you just make sure that you put it on the correct way when you put it on the front of your card. Putting it onto the circle doesn't matter because there's no right way around on a circle. Some people get a bit muddled by that. So now I'm going to do all my stamping on my two pieces here and on my piece of scrap. So I'll do my scrap piece first because that's done with memento, and the other I am stamping in just jade. So I'll stamp I'm going to stamp this twice because what I will do is I will actually cut these out and give them to my mum. So I'll stamp them twice, and while we've got that just there, we might as well just colour in these. Oh, let's move that bit out of the way. With my green and red. So I have here my garden green, and remembering the line on the one end, it means that it's for a writing end, and the line that's thicker on the other end is for colouring in, or for thicker pieces. I mean, you can colour in with the thin one if you've got very tiny little pieces to colour in. So, and again, like for the berry, it's only one berry. I'll use the little end because it will actually colour in nicely, just perfectly. And I'll just need a bit of yellow. So I've got my yellow, which is crushed curry, and once again I'm going to use my writing end just to do his beak. Or it might be a her for all we know. For the beak. I didn't do the beak on this one, so let's pop this on here and do the beak. And as you can see, I've already cut that out, so we'll pop that there, and I'll pop them over there so that I can do them for Mum at a later date. I will see her in, excuse me, in about a week. So we're going to now use my Just Jade ink, and I'm going to stamp my piece. I've got it upside down. Peace, love and joy, roughly in the middle because we are going to do some putting those, whatever you call those things on the outside. I can't think what they're called. Flag tails. There we go, I've got it. And I'm putting my May Your Season in be filled with all the wonder and blessing of Christmas in green. Oh, I love that green. It's such gorgeous green. Oh. So we will then close that up. I'll let that one dry a little bit longer while we bring in our punch, and we're going to punch this. I'm using the flag end, not the outside end, and this is the 3/4 piece, so it will fit in there just perfectly. And we're just going to pop that out, and as you can see, it is just absolutely so clever. And that's all done. Let's move those out of the way, and then we bring in our other tag piece, which is the 1-inch piece. Oh gosh, get in there. It's a tiny little bit above the 1-inch bit by the looks of things. I obviously didn't cut that quite on the line, and we didn't cut that one very well, did we? So let's pop that back in there, and we need to see if we can't figure that one out. Yep, there it is. There we go. That's better. I've got that one now. It's quite easy to get it lined up if you mess it up a tiny bit. So we're going to then glue this one on top of this one, which will give you the nice outline all the way around. So another bit of a wipe down, so we're going to pop I'm going to choke in a moment. I'm going to put some more dimensions on the back. Sorry about that. I had a bit of a funny throat there. I couldn't even breathe. For my dove, I've just put one in the middle, and that's all. So we'll pop our insert into the inside of the card, and then we will finish off the outside of the card. How does that sound? And that's our insert into the card. And then for the outside, what we're going to do is we're going to pop this one down the bottom. And our dove in between. Now, if you notice, our dove is going to be a bit low. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pull the back off of this dimension. And I'm going to pop another one on top of it. So let's see if we can't line that up. Yep, there we go. And that way he will also actually sit up a little bit above the words. And he looks so much better being up that little bit. So we're going to now just bring in our gems. And as I said before, I'm going to use these greenier ones. So I'm going to use, there are two sizes. 2 sizes? 3 sizes, let me see. 2 sizes in these. So I'm going to just use the small ones and put 1, 2, 3, like so, and again over this side here, 1, 2, 3. Wow, I am just so pleased with the way that's come out. It looks beautiful in both the green and the blues. Let me just put a bit more of an edge on that one and put the lid on my glue. So that's our card for today. It's called Joy Card. If you would like the written tutorial with all the measurements on it, please head over to my Facebook group called Die Stamp for Stamping, Crafting and Tutorials. There you will find the written tutorial, which is free to download. All you have to do is ask to join in the group. If not, you can always rewind the video and check out all the measurements from there. I hope you've enjoyed today's project. Please give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment if you have or haven't. I don't mind. I'm not biased. Everybody's got their own opinions. And I will see you again next week. Bye for now.